I'm going to be very blunt and maybe kind of scattered throughout this video, so I'm sorry. But I really feel like talking and like, I don't know. So 2 days before my 21st birthday, I got into a car accident when I was on the way to get the title for the car. Yay! Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I had a feeling before, so I feel like my intuition is really strong, and yet I don't know what to do with it, which is kind of disappointing. I was really sad to hurt somebody, and I am very impressed with how I deal with high stressful environments. Obviously, the person I ran into was pissed. I totaled both of our cars, but I didn't even really think about my car. I mean, I remember thinking, oh, the windshield's all intact. It'll be fine. When the wheel popped off. Anyways, grateful the windshield was fine. But I ran over. It was like war, you know. I just ran over. Didn't even think about how I was on like a highway at all. And it was like, are you okay? Oh my gosh, like, are you okay? You know, and like, can I hug you, please? Oh my God, you know. And like later on, we were like talking zodiac signs, like Aries, by the way. I ran into an Aries. Very amazing, sweet person, and it really restored my faith in humanity, and it really showed me what kind of person I am. Of course, I did go through like feeling pretty depressed. I did go through feeling pretty upset with myself and hopeless, but I was able to kind of remember that like money is not my purpose, and unfortunately shit happens, you know. That's what I kept hearing from all the police officers and the tow truck and everybody, right? Like shit, even the person I ran into like was very calm, very like at first very like, you know, fuck you. But I think once they realized that I wasn't drunk or anything, they were like relieved a little. I don't know. I shouldn't assume that. But it was very horrible, and I'm very sad about it. And it really showed me how like fuck anything can happen. Like seriously, I thought that through. That wasn't just me being like reckless or like impulsive. Like it was actually me being hesitant, which is also a problem. But yeah, I'm glad to be alive, and I'm glad to have the people that I had on that night show up for me, or just even the person I ran into, like, thank you. I took full accountability. It was my fault, you know. It sucks to be a shitty driver. No, it really does. But it sucks, you know, and like, but so send peace and love to the people out there who are driving in cars tonight. Because seriously, it's dangerous, you know. Car accidents happen a lot, all the time. Sometimes they're fatal. And I always forget that. I know that sounds dumb, but I always forget that they're fatal, you know? But, you know, that happened 2 days before my birthday, and it kind of has made me really stuck in life. And I keep finding myself in weird places, and it's like weird, but I'm like along for the ride, you know? And I've been thinking about, because I just got done reading The Fault in Our Stars, and there's a part where Augustus is talking about how people want to outlive death. They want to, and I'm like, God, that's so true. Everybody wants to be special. And I've been noticing that. I've been seeing a lot of people online. I've been seeing a lot of people I know kind of going with this similar theme, that if you're special, you have a feeling, you work up to it. And I think about it, and I think about, what if I could be like the next Elvis Presley or Marilyn Monroe, right? Like Frank said, I pick all these like 50s people. I like think, could I be the next? I don't know. I cannot think of anybody outside of that time period. And I think like, well, you know, it's kind of a shame, because either way you're misunderstood, kind of, you know, like, or even if like, I don't know, I just don't, I know I always say this, but I used to think being remembered was like where it's at. I used to think I need to be remembered. I need to be special. I need to have a nice car. I need to have a jacuzzi. And then whenever you strip that down, you're like, hell, half the shit I want this year, I won't want next year. Like, I know that there's still things, and like, I really do live for like skills and stuff, but like, who are you when you strip away everything? You know what I mean? Like, what really matters? You know, and I know like I'm going in the deep end for sure. I'm definitely entering psychosis, low-key, because I am really unhappy still, which is odd. I mean, I just had some depressing shit happen. So I've been like, I'm feeling it again. And then I'm like, I actually kind of just feel trapped in my life. And it's not great, but it happens, right? And I am the ruler, so I'm not trying to complain. I will change shit around, but I'm just in a period where I'm like, gosh, this is not what I wanted for myself. Like, I'm proud of the things I've done. I'm so happy for the lessons, but like, I just wanted different, and I don't really know what that means. So I just have trust, and I should appreciate the small things when I can, and remember that life is an adventure and I don't need to go on vacation for adventure, because I really do think that way, because I don't like being in one place for too long. Like, I really want to go explore, and the fact that I don't really kind of makes me feel disappointed, which is silly. I'm not saying like I need to go to like Egypt and travel and go see these things, which I do know people who are doing that, and I'm like, damn, fuck. But I also don't really care, because like I feel like there's a part of me that cares about some greater picture. Now, I don't know what it's like to be atheist, right? I've been agnostic, where I kind of was like, I don't know, like I really was like that in middle school. But I've always, since I was young, I've always been kind of religious to a sense. I wasn't really encouraged with me like by my parents or anything, but I've always prayed, and I don't really know why or how, but so I've always kind of believed in God, and I don't know what it's like not to, and I'm not really strict. I'm not too rigid. I actually think some of that is kind of cult-like. Now, be careful. We don't even know what I'm talking about. Neither do I. And I haven't read any text, so I don't like to identify with anything, because I don't know. I would like to be informed on the things I believe, at least. You're so cute. Do you see this tail? But yeah, I don't really know what I believe, but I know I believe in being morally good, and not choosing a hedonistic lifestyle of just pleasure, which is so hard not to fall into. So like, I do really like a lot of things that are in, like, for instance, I can only really think of the Bible. Like, I do like some of those things, because I do think that those things just lead you to a better life. But I really also don't believe in hell. I really don't think God would send anyone to hell, which is kind of I don't know what that's really in line with. I don't know what I think about the afterlife, but like, I'm open to things, and I mean, I'm kind of rigid in some things. Like, I definitely also, like, I'm a person, I definitely like sin, if that's what you want to call it. That's kind of what I call it. But I definitely do sin. I do choose pleasure. I do choose selfishness a lot. But ultimately, I do think it's about trying to be the master of your own. Sorry. You're so cute. Hold on. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, the point is, it's not this like huge like prophecy or career or all the success, which I will still probably aim to try to live my life as full as I possibly can, whatever that means to me at the time. I will always be ambitious. It's like, I really enjoy ambition. It's a very rewarding feeling. So I will not just like roll over or just like sacrifice myself for like a belief system, if that makes sense. But I used to think so deeply about purpose, and I still do. That's why I'm talking about this. But I realized that all I really do, and all I can really do, is control how I feel and go about situations. And my only purpose is I come in and I leave things different than I found them. And I hope to leave them better. And a lot of times, the only way I really do that in my life is by holding the door for the person behind me at the gas station, or by fucking cleaning somebody's house because I just fucking wanted to, which it's compulsive. It's bad. I mean, it's like, I don't really like that I do it, but I do, but like, I think that that's the only purpose, is helping other people. And, I don't even know. I already forgot my point. Other people and controlling my attitude, truly and honestly, and trying to have a good attitude. Why? So I can leave the world, or like raise the vibration or some shit. And I don't know. Do I care about this? I kind of do, because I care about people, but also I don't really trust people. You know what I mean? So, and I don't really like, I also like, it's weird. I've gone really numb to a lot of things. Like, I used to love, I'm a lot like Gatsby, from The Great Gatsby. I'm a lot like that. I'm very like social. I like people. I want to join people together. I like building community. I like fun. I'm not just like a party, or like, I like connecting people by like baking cookies or starting a book club. Like, I'm that kind of person, which I know you're like, that's not Gatsby, but like, I am so the person that would like throw a large party and not even show up. Like, I don't know. Like, I love groups. I love big settings, but I'm also super introverted. But anyways, but, and I didn't know that. I always thought I was extroverted, but it was like, why am I so drained all the time? No, okay, sorry, that's such a derailment. But, and also just saying Gatsby just derailed me so hard. I don't even know what I'm saying. I know what I was gonna say, and that bothers me so much. But all I know is, like, I don't really feel the same way. Feel the same way about friendships, because I have a different relationship with love in general, and I trust people in a new way. I don't not trust people completely, but I definitely, I don't trust people. And in a way, I think that's kind of smart. Okay. I really do kind of think you should not really trust anyone. I really don't trust anybody. I'm being honest. There's not a single person I trust. Maybe myself, actually. Sometimes I like that Playboy Cardi lyric that's like, can't even trust my shadow. But I think I do. I know myself very well. You know what I mean? I'm very comfortable with the good and bad in me. And I know how to, like, you know, like, I know to kind of, like, I don't know. Ignore that. I used to root my identity in love and friends, and I don't as much anymore, which is really, really changing for me. But it also makes me go, so if I don't live for that, if I don't live for connection, which I thought was the whole purpose of life, then what do I live for? And it's like, I live for leaving the world differently than I found it, and hopefully good. Like, I know it's not very cool, and I'm sure that's not the final thing, but that's where I'm at right now. I wake up, I do my days. And I feel like I've been there for a year doing that. And it's like every single time I get up and I dust off my knees, something kicks me back down. But, like, I noticed, even through the accident recently, that I'm a lot stronger than I've ever been. And, like, I'm not trying to be, like, this person, but, like, I don't know what could take me down, bro. in the best and worst way. But I know I'm not trying. I feel like whenever I come on here, I'm so egotistical because I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. These are all my personal problems. And this is how I feel. And God, this is my wisdom now, which I have zero wisdom, by the way. But no, I actually have a little bit of wisdom, but I don't really have wisdom. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Lucky to be alive. Glad I am not. Because, like, at first, I was so selfish whenever I got in that car accident. I was like, sorry, I know I'm, like, reading back to that now. But I at first was like, dude, like, my car! Like, you know, oh, fuck, you know, I love that thing. Damn, all that shit I'm going to lose inside of the car. And then I was like, why do I even care about the car? And I found myself feeling nothing towards the car. I was like, even though I was sad, and I was like, great, I'm in debt. And, you know, it's so fun. Later on, I was like, wait, I could have ended my life in two different ways. I could have ended up in jail. I could have hurt somebody. And that's one of my worst fears. Like, since I've been a kid, I fear ending a life, which is like, it's like serial full control over that. Yeah, but, like, think about a car accident. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. All because of one moment with Nicki Minaj in the car. Oh, God. Sorry. God, that would just, okay, like, you know how I said not much could take me down? Oh, and then I remember I have humbling moments like that where I'm just like, I never want to hurt someone. Ever, 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 ever. You know what I mean? Like, I could never recover. Anyways. But then later on that night, I was like, thank goodness I'm not rotting in jail, from killing somebody by accident. And thank God I didn't die. Thank God I didn't die. I didn't even think those things whenever it went down, which I know it's a traumatic situation. I've never really been in a car accident like this, you know what I mean? Like, I sideswiped somebody one time, and I got so depressed about that, I couldn't drive behind the car wheel. That was whenever I first got my license, and I couldn't drive the same way, you know what I mean? For a long time, I had a lot of, like, PTSD in it. But, like, that was such a different experience. Like, the cops didn't even come, we both drove off. Like, that was so different. And yet I hated myself for so long after that, and this was, like, horrible, and I was just like, wow. Well, what can you do now? You just have to keep pushing, and you have to try to push well and learn and not do it again. And another thing that I learned through this is I need to stay true to, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. For a while, I lived so superficially. I cared about materials, but like not so much, but it was just like, I really did. And I just don't feel the need to be anything. Like, and in the most humble way, like I don't want anything. I want nothing at all, but I'm so content with everything I have. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not out of a place of like pessimism. It's out of a place of like, well, what do I really know that I even want or need? Like, the things that I want and need have a way of finding me. And I don't want to wrap myself in obsessing over the future, because I'm the kind of person, this is a really bad habit I have. I will stress about finances, about my life. I'll set goals. God, it's been so hellish to outbreak my own mind. Like, seriously. Like, I'm such a list writer. I started feeling like an NPC. It was so miserable. But I don't do that shit as heavily anymore. I know it's definitely like a survival thing, but there are still things that I do that are just like entrapping in their own. Yeah, anyways, this is so long, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is, but just me trauma dumping, per usual. No, and I don't believe in that, by the way. I'm allowed to dump whatever I want. Anyways, okay, goodbye.